Well, hey, we're trying to enjoy this warm weather, but you might need a pool or an AC today.
It's going to be a little bit more difficult to enjoy the outdoors starting today and really over the next week. We're talking very high heat and humidity. Outside right now actually feels pretty good as you look live over downtown Indy. Our sky is clear. We got a temperature of 64, but the wind is now in the process of shifting direction. We still have a relatively low dew point at 51, which we like. However, the southeast breeze is going to become more of a southerly wind flow, and at that point, during the duration of this afternoon, it's going to start to pump in a little bit more moisture into our air, so you will gradually feel that increase of the mugginess as the day plays on. So for your Father's Day outlook, we will still be in the 70s between now and about the lunch hour. By 1 o'clock, we are up to 86, and eventually by 3 o'clock today, 91. And we are headed back into the low to mid 90s across central Indiana for highs today. Here's that muggy meter I was talking about, starting off relatively good, but as the day goes on, you'll notice that increases, and eventually we're going to get back into that humid category with dew points in the mid 60s later today. 92 the high in Indy, same deal in Muncie. We'll go 90 for a high over in Richmond, up to 94 for our friends down in Bloomington. This will be the first day that we have achieved that 90-degree temperature so far this season. Now starting tomorrow, once that humidity factor continues to increase, the National Weather Service has issued this excessive heat watch for mainly the eastern tier of the state. That is expected to remain in effect all the way from Monday through Friday. So that just goes to show you the type of stretch that we are headed into. Forecast tomorrow starts off warm and muggy. Even in the morning, we'll be at 74 degrees. We will eventually get back into the upper 80s, low 90s, but that is as we see some pop-up storms developing as well. So here are your forecast high temperatures Monday afternoon. 96 here in the city. We will see that in the early afternoon ahead of those storms that could potentially bubble up. Looking for daytime highs approaching 98 in Lafayette. To go along with that, we're talking dew point temperatures in that miserable category, 70 or above. So let's walk you through the timeline of that storm potential here. This will take us between the morning hours and about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Notice as we start to achieve these daytime highs, clouds will start to develop with the heat of the day, and that will eventually lead to those areas of storms that could potentially bubble up as well. Now we're into the 8 o'clock hour. Notice as we start to lose that daytime heating, these storms will kind of just fizzle out. That'll be the case during the overnight as temperatures drop back into the 70s. But then again on Tuesday, basically the same setup. We're going to tap back into that heat and that humidity in the atmosphere. At that point, we could see some of these storms once again bubbling up. Dew point temperatures are going to be extremely high as we get into Monday and eventually into Tuesday before finding a little relief Wednesday and Thursday. But from a temperature standpoint, it's going to stay hot. In fact, we're going to be talking near record type temperatures all the way through the extended forecast. So 92 for your high today. We're up to 96. The standing record is 95. So we will watch that closely tomorrow afternoon. 91 the forecast high Tuesday. Then we are right back into the low to mid 90s to wrap up the week. Looks like this pattern will eventually break with an incoming cold front, but that doesn't look to arrive until next Sunday night into early next week.